Hello Virgo, welcome to Dove and Serpent Tarot. My name is Paul. If Virgo is your sun, moon, or rising sign, this is your tarot card reading. Please hit the like button, leave a comment. Consider subscribing to the channel, especially if this reading resonates with you. It's totally free, doesn't cost you anything. If there's anything you would like me to pray over, or meditate upon, or send positive energy toward, please let me know. Now, this is going to be a general reading, so try to be open and receptive to whatever may come through during our time together. I am merely the messenger, and I ask you to connect directly with each of these cards and use your own intuition to take you beyond the details that I might provide. And remember, Virgo, that the most important part of any tarot reading is you. And we start with a Three of Swords, a memory, an experience that we kind of can't let go of. And I wonder if this is even something that's kind of going on unconsciously, right? That if we are in the present moment experiencing a reality that brings up something from the past and changes how we perceive the present reality, right? This is our emotions on an unconscious level that are affecting our experience of the present. The past influencing the present in a way that we might not be aware of. Maybe we are, sort of, it's kind of on the borderland, right? With this Three of Swords is about the memory. It's about us reliving some past experience, okay? In our minds, kind of recreating it. Let's put this into some context. Maybe this is a good place to start. Maybe once we recognize we're doing this a little bit, then we can move forward, right? Then we can change something. Maybe a change in behavior. Maybe we don't always see how this past experience, series of experiences, whatever it might be, how our past generally is affecting our behavior in the present. There's the moon energy. Now, this is not something we like to talk about. There's the Ace of Pentacles, Two of Wands, and a Prince of Pentacles. We are building something here. We are working toward a goal. I think you've recently started something. Maybe this is something new. This is a job. This is a new house. It's a new opportunity. Maybe a new relationship. I feel like it's something physical. Like a new location or something. It could be a new job or a new house. I feel like to really enjoy it, we've got to make some changes because I feel like your past is influencing how you're perceiving the world right now. Okay? And the moon energy, of course, underneath everything, this is something we don't want to look at, right? This is the scary stuff. This is the land of nightmares, right? What this card also does, though, is says that the sun is rising. If we look at that card, there is the sun right there at the bottom, and it is illuminating this. So this is something that Spirit is showing us about ourselves. We don't want to see it. But once we see it, once we bring it to the light of day, it's no longer frightening. It's no longer affecting us. We've got that full conscious light on it. And then we can be a little bit more intentional with our choices. And that's the Two of Wands that we've got up there. More intentional energy. Let's see what else we've got. Three of Wands. Nine of Swords. Yeah. See, right now, the moon energy, the nightmare land, it's painful. Recreating this experience, it was a painful experience. We've got to, I was going to say let it go, but it's not as easy as just letting things go. Look at that, Nine of Cups at the end. This is really special. That's happiness, right? And this, I think, is really our creative way of problem solving. I think that this is such a good situation in your life right now, but you're not enjoying it. And I think you're not enjoying it because there's all this past stuff that we're still remembering. We're still reliving it. Okay? And it's not, it's painful. And I think that it's coloring how you are perceiving this current situation, which should be a Nine of Cups. But you're feeling it as a Nine of Swords. Okay? Because I think of the connection with the memories, because it's just kind of, it's I hate to use the word, but it's kind of triggering something. right? A whole bunch of this other energy. And what we really need to do, Two of Wands, is we need to, one, recognize that we're doing this and ask ourselves, what do we need to change? How can we get control of this energy and redirect it so that we can enjoy this beautiful thing that's happening? The Nine of Cups at the end, something truly special is happening in your life right now. And we've got to allow ourselves to see it. There's something blocking your vision, right? It feels like there's something it's like you've got on a pair of glasses that are making you look at this world in a way that you don't like, in a way that seems painful, seems almost like you're being attacked, you know? And I do kind of feel like you're doing something with the home here, especially with the ace, with the two, with the builder, right? This is maybe there's a new home here. And this should be a very enjoyable experience, but maybe you're relating it to all those past moves that you made, or the times that you had to relocate, or the other kind of just the disasters that we've experienced moving or trying to start a new life in a new place. And it's just, maybe that's what we're kind of associating the current situation with. And we're just imagining that this situation is going to be devastatingly bad. It's not. The Nine of Cups there, beautiful. Happiness, pursuing your happiness, following your bliss. This is something that you really, really want to do, right? Something that is part of you. And I think with the Three of Wands, we're being kind of asked to think about or look at what we're identifying with. Because see, we've got, this is actually really, really a great spread of cards. We got 3 and 3, we've got 2 and 2, we've got 9 and 9. So it's really about changing our perspective. It's about changing our perception of things, right? Rather than something is happening to us, no, we're making it happen. Rather than this being just like all the times that were bad in the past, no, this is something that we are doing intentionally, and we have our very best interest in mind here. Rather than this being a devastating, painful, and traumatic experience, no, it's going to be bliss and love. It's going to be pleasure and abundance. Yeah, there'll be challenges, of course. We don't mind challenges. You thrive with challenges. No, this is about a deep, spiritual, soul-level, emotional experience of something. Let's select the mystery card while we're here, okay? And this is going to be a random card from the Smith-Waite Tarot. We're just going to set it aside right over here. We're going to put Robo-Duck, a.k.a. Howard the Duck, a.k.a. not Howard Stern, right there on top of that card. And we're not going to look at that until the very end, all right? But it will tie everything together. It will give us the confirmation that we need at the end of the reading. If at any point during the reading you feel like you know what that card is, I want you to put your prediction down in the comments. We're going to do it together. It's going to be a group exercise in intuition. Okay. Now I feel like you feel like there's a certain exhaustion in you. Like I feel like you really need to recharge your batteries. Yeah. And with that being said, the only water energy we see is at the end here. So it's kind of like we're thirsting for that restoration. We're searching for that relief and that healing and that love. We need that, right? But right now we're not kind of feeling it. And maybe with the earth energy here too, we go ace, we go 2, we go many. And that's, I think that's how a lot of civilizations would count numbers. They'd say 1, 2, and then a lot. Okay. And that's what we've got here. And this is kind of the progression of this situation for you. I really think it's something to do with your home. I don't know if we're building something or you're moving or whatever it is, but it's kind of like things get started. A lot of things are starting to be in motion. Things are going. And it's overwhelming. It's a lot of work. It's a lot of creating, a lot of energy being put into this build, right? And you're starting to worry that it's just going to be bad. Right? That is just going to be not good. And so this expectation, it's almost an expectation, right? This expectation here is causing our behavior to be a certain way. All right. But recognizing this, using this moon card as the doorway to make this change. This is a big change in your life physically, right? Whatever you're building, whatever this path is, one, two, many, whatever this progression is a big change in your life. It is a really big deal, okay? So maybe this big change also needs to take place within you. Maybe in your physical life, you're transcending something, right? Maybe you're really like, you really stepped into a lot of prosperity, right? Maybe you're buying a house, building a house. This is big stuff. Big leveling up in your life, right? Something really, truly special is taking place. Maybe we have to allow the corresponding inner changes to take place too. Maybe we've got to transcend some of this old stuff. Let go of some of this old stuff. Yeah. And I say let go, but it doesn't mean we're forgetting about it. The swords are always going to be in there. Your memory is always going to be part of you. But let go is in stop identifying with it. Stop holding on to it. Stop grasping it, right? Also, Spirit's telling me that you had like a lot of like restaurant jobs or food service jobs in your life. And I don't know what the bearing is here, but Spirit's telling me a lot of food service, like in your life, right? And maybe that's just a lot of work, a lot of hours spent on your feet, really exhausted. We need this. We need this big change, this big transcendence, right? In a very physical way. Maybe this is really, you're coming into a career, a job, or a way of life or something that gives you the kind of relief, the kind of success that you need. Okay? And with the Two of Wands, it's really something that you have to do. Nobody can prove to you how good this is going to be or how good it is, right? You have to be the one to take off those glasses, that are kind of distorting the way we're seeing the reality of this. We take off the glasses and suddenly the Two of Pentacles now seems like a Two of Wands. The Three of Swords now reveals to be a Three of Wands. The Nine of Swords reveals to be a Nine of Cups. Okay? And the glasses, that's kind of the difficulty. That's, I think, why we've got the Eight of Wands in this position, because to me it looks like light is being shined through a prism, a diamond, and things are being distorted. To me right now, this card almost seems like the wrong set of lenses in our glasses. And we're seeing things not the way they are, but by the way our memory, our history, our past is projecting them to be. If you can't see properly, the mind will fill in the gaps. I think in this case, it's not putting things where they are supposed to be. So I think that's the difficult thing, is really to get the right prescription in our lives and to see things really for what they are, which means we have to, in whatever way we can, step through this doorway of this moon energy and not forget our past, but to be able to let go of it and stop identifying it. Identify yourself rather with power, with intention, with will. That if you are in this situation, if you are building this life, this home or whatever, this career, whatever this is, if you are building this, it's because you are choosing to. If you're choosing to do it, then it must be the right choice for you. It's almost like we have to trust in ourselves that we made the right decision here, and allow that to build confidence in you rather than to stay in this kind of Nine of Swords energy, which does not feel good, right? Let's move over to the Path of the Serpent a little bit. And as we talk about these cards, I would like to ask for your subscription. If you haven't subscribed yet, please do. It is totally free. It doesn't cost you anything. And it's really helpful to the channel, and I really do appreciate that. Okay, the Three of Wands here, this is your self-identity. This is what you understand about yourself. This is what we attach ourselves to, and this is a core identity. This is a spiritual identity. This is the power to act, the power to make decisions. It's will, right? So we have the life force within us to make decisions, but you also have the heart and the mind to form an alliance, to form a unity, right? These three, the Trinity, is really the unity. It's one. It's your vitality, your heart, and your mind. And that's how we know that our choices are righteous, right? Righteous for you, meaning they are right for you in your life. This is exactly what you need to be doing, but we're seeing it as danger. Okay? We're having a kind of danger response to it. This card's about knowing yourself and trusting yourself. This is a decision that you made. You entered into this situation, this house, this job, this life, this future, whatever earth energy here that we're building. Okay? It was an intentional thing. And you have to trust yourself and believe in yourself enough to say that if I entered into if I chose this, there's a reason for it. You know, if I chose this, then it has my ultimate best interest at heart because I'm identifying with my core identity, with myself, with my spirit. Yeah. But it's a lot easier said than done because we meet right away with these feelings, these thoughts, this anxiety. It's like a visceral thing. We feel the danger in our bodies, right? With I don't know, cortisol, right? Like that sort of thing. We feel physically that something's wrong. So it's very hard to stop doing that, to stop the kind of physical reaction to things. But this is the work, right? This is the work. And there's really a lot waiting for us on the other side, but this is not easy. Okay? I don't know why Spirit's showing me this, but when you sleep, do you stick your feet out the bottom of the blankets when you sleep? I don't feel like, I guess some people do that because they don't want to get too hot. I feel like you do that so you can quickly jump out of bed, right? Because you feel that if your feet are too tangled up in the blankets that you're not going to be able to jump out of bed fast enough. Why you have to jump out of bed fast is the mystery, right? That's the question. Why do you feel like at any moment you're going to have to spring to action? Yeah, that's kind of what this is about, I think. Spirit, show me your feet. And it's kind of a silly picture, but your feet sticking out the bottom of the blanket there. Yeah. I want you to focus on this Ace of Pentacles. What was this? Was this the moment that you saw the house that you decided to go buy or build? Was this that first step? Was this when you first stepped foot into this new job or this new house or this new life or whatever the first moment where it was real, right? How did that make you feel? You know, and what was the immediate feeling? Was it this excitement and joy? Did it feel like love? You know, I think it did. I think this is kind of what we got to tap into that feeling, because I think maybe a split second later it became terror and dread. But I think at the very beginning it was like, wow. And then it was like, oh, wow. Identify with that first feeling. That first moment when this was like exciting, it felt like joy. There was almost like a second of euphoria before the dread and terror. Yeah. But focus on that. Focus on that split second, that instant of just intense joy and excitement for whatever this path is. And we understand that our memories are always going to be part of it, so we always have to be vigilant. We always have to make the choice to check our behavior. See, we always talk about fire and earth on this channel, right? And with the fire and earth, it is the impulse, the decision to our behavior. Okay, from will to action, from idea to implementation, from heaven to earth, from above to below, from fire to earth. Now that's the instant creation. That is the electrical circuit that is just directly connected. Now, sometimes this spiritual impulse of will gets filtered through, yes, our heart and our mind. In this case, well, we'll keep the camera here. In this case, it's being filtered through the air, filtered through the Three of Swords, right? So before this decision, this impulse reaches behavior, it gets colored by this, I think, past trauma. Okay? And then it transforms the energy and creates a different kind of behavior. Up here, this is direct action, impulse to action, boom. But filtered through that memory, our actions become different. Our behavior becomes different than what the original intention was. And so maybe this is a short-temperedness, maybe this is just the way that you kind of respond to the world and interact with the world. It's not a direct connection from spirit here. It's being filtered through these kinds of memories. Now, there's a connection to Texas. Spirit showing me an outline of the state of Texas. I don't know what that is. Maybe that's where you're moving, or maybe you're from there, or there's someone you know there in Texas, right? They've been having some difficulties lately. I don't know. Maybe you know somebody who's over there, and they've been on your mind lately, perhaps. Okay, something to do with Texas there. Anyway, that's the fire and earth. That's what I mean when I say that your behaviors, your actions are kind of being filtered through, being transformed a little bit by this Three of Swords. All right. Okay, so we are changing something in our life here, and it's not an easy transition. And I think because this is such a significant change for you externally, it's a big, maybe you are literally like moving across the country or across the world. Maybe this is a huge career change. Maybe this is something huge like buying that house, right? Big investment. There is a corresponding huge kind of moment for you internally. Okay? And that seems to be where we are right on this threshold where it's kind of scary. You know, it's kind of scary here. This huge change externally has a corresponding huge change inside. And maybe we're responding to it through that filter of that Three of Swords, and it feels like danger, feels like pain, feels like, death by 1,000 cuts. And that's just because we've got this, something is distorting the light that's coming through. The fire to earth connection is being distorted. Something's being refracted, right? We're not looking at things the way they are there. Okay. What's waiting for you on the other side, though, is Nine of Cups. This is happiness. This is all the reprieve, all the repose, all the restoration, the rejuvenation, the health, the healing, the love, the beauty, the joy, right? Not just in the physical realm. It's physical, mental, emotional, spiritual, creative. It's all levels, all layers of your being, right? All levels of your being are being fulfilled. There's no room for the Swords energy here, right? This is very nice. Let's look at that mystery card. Now, this could be, maybe we need more fire energy. Kind of thinking of the balance here. Maybe we need, well, I'd like to see one more major arcana card, because the only major arcana we have is the moon. Maybe we need the full moon. This is the new moon. Maybe we need the full moon. Maybe we need the perception. Maybe we need the light. Someone needs to turn on the light switch so we can see what really is going on here. So I'm thinking High Priestess here. Yeah. If you have a prediction, I want you to put that answer down in the comments below. All right. Also, Spirit's showing me a scar on your leg or your knee. They're going kind of across your knee. I don't know what that is from. Sometimes these details come in and there's no direct bearing on the cards. It's more of a validation or a confirmation or a synchronicity for some of you. Okay, I don't think all of you have the scar on your knee, but if it's not your detail, don't worry about it, right? Leave it for the next person. I'm not sure which knee or if it's both knees, but I got like a big scar on the knee there. Yeah. All right, let's see about this mystery card. The Temperance card. Art or Temperance card. The blending of the fire and the water. Maybe this is the idea that nothing is either all good or all bad, right? And so when we take this in kind of the context of this history, this memory, the perception of things now. Maybe you've been looking at things a little bit too black and white. Maybe it's just kind of this feeling like, oh, if I feel nervous, if I feel doubt, if I feel any kind of insecurity or terror or dread or anxiety, worry, any kind of nervousness, that must mean this is dangerous. That must mean this is bad. This is no good. This is like warning, warning, warning. But what we know because of this Art or Temperance card is that we're going to fluctuate. Some days it's going to be, this is the best thing I've ever done. Other days you're going to think, oh my God, this was horrible. This feels awful. This is like bad. But we know that reality is not black and white like that. It's not either or. Just because you have a little, and maybe a lot, maybe you have this huge feeling of dread and worry, doesn't mean that's all the situation is. It doesn't mean that you're right. It means we have to investigate that. It means we have to find out, why do I feel that way? Is it because I think in this case we know why. There's a history here. But the black and white thinking is kind of gets us in trouble. And I wonder too if even trying to look at things the other way, trying to see the situation as all good, perfect, nothing is wrong with it at all, that's black and white thinking too, right? We've got this idea of the duality, and we were the whole time we were talking about, well, we're going from 2 to 2, we're going from 3 to 3, we're going from 9 to 9. Perfect. Well, that's just kind of looking at things, looking at the other side of the same coin, right? Maybe that's important for you to do now as an exercise. But in reality, in practice, I don't think we should look at something as being completely perfect and magnificent either. Because then, when there's any challenge or obstacle, or something doesn't go quite right, when anything is less than perfect, it's devastating. Then we feel like, oh my God, I was wrong. And then we go back to the other extreme, right? So we have to realize that the truth is somewhere in the middle here. This, I think, is the very best. It is a truly special thing that's happening right now for you. But it's not perfect. Nothing will be perfect. There will be challenges. There will be obstacles. There will be bad days. There will be struggle, Does not mean that this is not right for you. Okay? Anyway, we're going to try to do an extended reading. If you want to watch that, there's a link at the end of the video. There's a link up here. There's a link down there. There's a link everywhere. New readings for Virgo every Tuesday and Saturday, 6 a.m. Chicago time, but I am here every day. You can come back and see me again tomorrow. I will be here. If you haven't subscribed yet, please do. It is totally free, does not cost you anything. And leave a comment for me. Let me know where in the world you're watching from. If you are in Texas, I hope you are safe. Wherever you are, I hope you are safe. I want you to know that you are the most important part of Dove and Serpent Tarot. I thank you and I love you. And we're all in this together.